or being at the point, sorry, the dogs are barking, being at the point of being at the lowest of lows and not being able to get yourself out of bed and even brush your teeth some days, to be able to say, you got this. Like, I can get up and I can brush my teeth today. And if that's the most I do today, like, you got this.
Yeah, I love that. I even stood here in my living room and said, like, Tenny, you deserve this right before talking to you, because like you get anxiety talking to new people you don't know. So
Of course, yeah.
I was like, you're a strong girl, powerful, deserves this. Like, all these people are going to like you. Like, you know, like, it's good to pump yourself up.
Yeah. And I think when you, yeah, of course. And when you go into something with that mindset, um, it's just training your brain. It's putting those positive things in your brain. I was listening, I kind of woke up on a rough morning today,
Okay.
and it was feeling overwhelmed and a little bit woke up feeling defeated, to be honest. I got a really crappy email last night. And so, to just say like, you've got this. And I put on like anything that's going in my brain today, I wanted it to be something positive because my brain isn't feeling positive today. And so I put on like Tony Robbins, and just hearing things and hearing people speak positive, even if I can't say it to myself right now, hearing other people say that when I'm feeling overwhelmed puts my brain in that mode of like, I could do this, you know?
I love that. And in our Girl Powerful classes, that's kind of like the space that happens. Like, naturally, we'll have like 20 girls in a class, and one person will say something nice. And
Mm-hmm.
there's a ripple effect. And you can see everyone's like mood change just by having that positive vibe and energy in the classroom.
Mm-hmm.
I love
Yeah.
to that. That's so cool.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure. The other thing that's very important to me is, um, especially being in the public eye, I'm a very, I can be very introverted, and I'm a very, very private person. I hold stuff that's important to me close to me, and want to just protect that with everything. And it's easy to get that negative self-talk, when people are, you should be doing this, you should be doing that, and putting their opinions on what they think I should and shouldn't be doing, or should and shouldn't have done in the past or whatever. And to remind myself, my biggest way of like speaking my truth is knowing that whether or not somebody else would do something or it's right for them, I need to honor myself and my truth by doing what's best for me. That's using my voice and speaking to myself, saying, I don't care, even if nobody agrees with what I do or say, it's what's best for me. And that builds my self-worth and my self-esteem up, and my heart up. Because
Yeah.
no matter what, right? Like, they're not, I'm not them. They're not in my position. I'm not in their position. You know?
Yeah. One of the things,
What?
yeah, one of the coolest things I've heard lately is like, don't abandon yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that that's like so important. I wish someone told me that when I was younger. And that's like why we're building this community of girls 8 through 14. So we can get in front of this stuff and have real conversations and have people like you be mentors and talk to them and share these passionate, powerful things that we learned the hard way.
Yeah. It's so the truth. And I could tell you, even as a young girl, I went through really hard things, and there's so many people who go through really hard things at, unfortunately, at such a young age, traumatic things. I think we all have traumas in our life, whether it's small or large, as children, that impact our who we become as women and who we become as adults and teenagers. And for the longest time, I mean, you do the best how you know how as a child heart and as a child brain. You cope the best you know how to cope. And a lot of my coping mechanisms as a young girl was to bury things and smile and act like we're okay. But the truth of the matter is, as I got older and learned, even in my 20s, even more so in my 30s, even more so now, is that when you speak your truth and honor yourself, and regardless if your voice shakes, regardless if it's somebody else's truth or it aligns with what they want and what they say or what they think is best, when you're honoring yourself and speaking your truth, like, that's filling yourself up and giving yourself a voice, and saying, I matter. And
Yeah. I never regret that. I don't think you regret, like, yeah, maybe it was uncomfortable or awkward, or maybe the result wasn't what you wanted, but
mm-hmm.
never like look back and be like, damn, I wish I lied to them, or I wish I lied to myself in that moment. That's just not how it feels. you
I,
know?
I don't think even if it, yeah, even if it's not what somebody else wants, or your parents want, or friends want, or if it's what's best for you, then there's so much power in that.
Yes, definitely. I love that. So, like, when you wake up and you said this morning was a little rough and you went to bed with a negative email in your head, so what
Yeah.
did you wake up and do today? Like, was it all about self-care, or was it like leaning into I feel not so great, or what does that look like? How do you get out of a funk? Are you big into like movement? We're all about like exercising and moving through it.
Yeah. Okay. So yes,
Yeah.
that is, I think all the above, exactly what you said. Because my first thought before I even opened my eyes was, God, I want to pull the covers over my head and not think about that email, or not think about, like, I just want to sleep for like a little bit longer. But I know what works for getting me out of the funk. And
Mm.
I can stay in the funk and done that plenty of times. But what works to get me out of it is gratitude. And just a little, like, I start just, even if I don't believe it at that moment, and it's like, I don't want to be saying this stuff or telling myself this stuff, but I started to think about, like, the sun is out today. I want to put out my new workout pants, and I'm excited that I even got myself a new workout pants. So I'm excited about that. And I was excited to put those on. I'm going to walk 5 minutes around the block because I didn't give myself enough time. I slept in a little bit, but I was like, I'm going to walk out, and just doing the gratitude